Guys, so we have some real big time faded energy coming our way today. Perhaps some quite destined occurrences may be unfolding along our path as we go through this week that has really been so much about tying up some loose ends, cutting ourselves free from things that have been standing in our way of the forward progress that we're trying to make at this point in time in alignment with some real authentic truths that may have arrived at. We also have, you guys, Mercury today moving into an exact square to Uranus, so some wild news and information shedding some light on some things could be flying around as well today. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today is Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological outlook of the day. We have kind of some, I don't know, they're making me feel a little bit excited today, these energetics. It might just be a result of the energetics themselves, but I don't know, I feel like we're definitely in a closing out period for sure this week as we move through these energetics, but there's just something about this energy today. Even though it's a square going on between Uranus and Mercury, we have the moon coming into Gemini today, you guys, which is ruled by Mercury, who is making an exact square to Uranus today. Not only that, the North Node for this last few couple days is also still in the sign of Gemini. This will be the last time for I think it's 18 or 22 years or something like that, that the moon and the North Node will be coming together in the sign of Gemini. This is closing out a 1.5 to 2 year cycle that we have been in that has really been trying to change our minds a lot about how we process reality generally and really move us away from some belief systems of the past that had been stagnating or, prohibiting our process and our evolution and our growth at this point in time in correspondence with this grand shift of the ages that we are also in the midst of. So this has been a really significant past couple of years with the North and the South nodes in Gemini and Sagittarius, and we only have it, you guys, for a few more days. We are really at the end of that lesson plan. We are graduating from that experience, and we should really be processing the information, the lessons specifically that we've gained, how it's changed our ideas, our minds, and also our lives as a result over the past 2 years as we've been going through this energy, with the moon coming into Gemini today, going to be conjuncting the North Node in Gemini. That is destiny, that is fate, that is the evolutionary track, that is the future. And also we have Mercury, ruler of Gemini, the sign that this is happening in, forming the exact square to Uranus. We also, you guys, don't forget, have the black moon in Gemini. So aside from all of this really surprising information that might be coming to us and really propelling us forward or preparing to help us move forward in this new direction next week when we have all of these shifts coming at us, it's just the close of we're just closing out a period in time right now, and the energy may be really extra heavy because of the black moon being in effect, also triggering our shadow side issues. That's another thing that has been going on over the course of the past 2 years or so. Well, not that long, because the black moon was not in Gemini the whole time that we had the North Node in Gemini. But recently, over the past several months, while the black moon has also been transiting the sign of Gemini, there has really been a destined evolutionary energy pushing us to really gain a conscious awareness of our subconscious mind and our shadow side issues and the power that is held there in really creating and manifesting our reality, and the power of our thoughts that represents as well. This has been one of those lessons that has been infused into this Gemini Sagittarius North Node South Node transit that we have been undergoing, that again is coming to a close now. So all of this and more going on, you guys, today. Now let's jump into the specifics of my report. Like I said, energy this week to me feels sort of like the end of an era. We are closing something out, and it's probably it feels like more than it actually is, probably just because during this period of time, as you all know, there has been so much that has happened and transpired that has really changed a lot for us in a very short period of time, and that has all gone on throughout the course of this nodal transit through Gemini and Sagittarius. But we are definitely cutting cords energetically right now in this week as we go are on the brink and are going through right now this collective transformation and rebirth on vibrational levels that, remember, we also have coming at us this weekend as the sun comes into our yearly conjunction to Pluto. I mean, this happens once a year, and it is a collective time of a death and a rebirth process and a transformational window. And, you know, this year, in the midst of all we have going on, everything just seems to hold a slightly greater significance, because it actually does. We're in such crucial times right now just because of this transcendence into this new age that we're going through. The shift of the age is kind of a big deal. And that's also why we have so much turbulence that is existing in our physical reality right now. But yeah, so we have the sun moving to conjunct Pluto this weekend, and then we're also going to be having our full moon in Cancer in a conjunction to Pluto that is going to be happening on Monday, and then the nodes will change signs and Uranus will go direct, and this will really be when we start moving forward, beginning to like outwardly express the changes that have gone on and really start moving forward in this new direction. But this week, this whole week, it's really like we're in this like cord cutting energy, and that is also represented by all of this Eris point energy that we have had going on the past couple of days and is still prominent today, although Mars has moved a degree, so these activations are no longer exact, but the energy of yesterday and today is carrying us through the rest of this week as well. But today and tomorrow and Friday as well, with the moon specifically in Gemini, with the North Node, and the black moon as well, this is the close out of a cycle of growth in terms of learning and conscious understanding, reasoning, logic, like the way that we are thinking, our perceptions of reality, our level of understanding and comprehension, how we're using our mind. And as a result of the black moon having been in that sign as well, definitely a greater conscious awareness of our shadow side issues, of our subconscious mind, and again, the power that they really represent in our conscious experiences of that reality. This time has been, like I said, trying to give us a greater understanding of the power that our thoughts hold in creating our actual reality, and helping us to bring that from a subconscious plane, from a subconscious way of using that energy to a much more conscious way of using that energy, and thereby actually co-creating our reality with God and universe, instead of being on sort of an autopilot that is just doing it for us along this path. Okay, we are transcending our previous timelines and beginning to co-create the future that we wish to experience in alignment with authentic truth, self-mastery, and what will genuinely bring us our version of our greatest fulfillment and happiness in this experience, in alignment with developing and cultivating our true potential, which is what brings that fulfillment to us. So we were destined this whole, past period of time when we had both the North Node and the Black Moon in Gemini to begin unlocking the secrets of our subconscious mind and our shadows during, this experience, as we've gained a new awareness of the truth of our reality and the powerful role our minds and thoughts play in creating it, to reiterate everything that I just said. So let's talk specific, you guys, about aspects that we have going on today. We will throw some Sabian symbols, planet placement in there as well. Today, the moon will begin the day in the sign of Taurus, and then will transit into the early degrees of Gemini as our day carries on. And that is when the moon will run into the North Node at 1 degree of Gemini. The moon will then move on and make that square to Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter is moving from 3 to 4 degrees of Pisces today, changing degrees. And also, of course, that puts us in Black Moon energy. So these subconscious issues, these shadow side issues, may be in our face a little bit today, maybe holding a stronger prominence or significance than usual today, but it is because this is yet again another opportunity for us to really gain a conscious awareness about them, learn about them, and begin to integrate, heal, clear, release, transcend these issues, that we can come into our own conscious creative power, and again, not have these subconscious issues determining our circumstances and our outcomes. So very powerful day, very powerful day. Like I said, this is a very powerful week that we have going on. Destiny, fate, highly, highly, highly activated today, you guys. divine intervention, guidance from above, signs, ask for it. If you need guidance, if you need clarity, ask for it. There is so much opportunity for like flashes of insight, divine inspiration, epiphanies, just like downloads, or like an instantaneous knowing, or just like a profound awareness that hits you all of a sudden. Also, things coming to you in dreams, for sure, messages, signs, information. Ask and you shall receive divine guidance, divine clarity, and things falling into place to help the trajectory forward at this point in time, as long as you are in alignment with your own personal authentic truth. Very much available for us. Very faded energy right now. Do not resist changes that are happening right now, even if they seem slightly unpleasant. This is also very much silver lining energy. Destiny highly activated today. Faded events and occurrences are likely. And again, this is also in a lot of ways could be in alignment with things helping us to gain that conscious awareness, because that really is one of the most fundamental parts of this entire shift, is cracking our own code, cracking our own like basic operating programming, our basic algorithms, so that we can reprogram ourselves to create the experiences and the reality that we wish to, in alignment with what truly brings us fulfillment and, our ability to maximize our potential. That is one of the fundamental parts of it, is really cracking our own code. And unless we are going through these experiences that are forcing us to look into our own darkness and to look into our shadow and to take accountability for that and to accept it and to, figure out how we can work with that, or we can release and overcome and transcend that for our greater good and the greater good of everyone around us in alignment with God and universe, that is the process of one aspect of us coming back into our truth and our power. And so there is a potential today with this black moon energy that these faded occurrences that are going on could potentially have to do with exposing to us something that still needs to be reconfigured in the background, in the shadow, in the darkness of our own psyche, that is still holding us back. So that is one way that this energy could manifest today as well. But we're in life-changing energy right now. This is transformer energy for sure that we have going on. And, let me talk about degree placements for a minute. Mercury is one of the stars of the day today, with the moon being in Gemini, ruled by Mercury, conjuncting that north node in Gemini as well, ruled by Mercury. Mercury is in a conjunction to Saturn right now, and also an exact square to Uranus, like I said. So, and at 11 degrees of Aquarius, remember Uranus is at 11 degrees of Taurus, Mercury is at 11 degrees of Aquarius today. That Sabian symbol is Sabian symbol, what the Sabian symbols are, for those of you who are unaware, they're a group of symbols that describe each and every one of the 360 degrees of the zodiac. Whenever there's a planet at a specific point making an aspect, discharging a degree, we can look to the Sabian symbol, and it just gives us more clarity about how this particular degree resonates and how the frequency operates and manifests in our tangible reality via this symbolic system called the Sabian symbols that I like to use for interpretation. Just gives us more clarity. So when I refer to the Sabian symbols, that is what I'm referring to. And right now I'm talking about 11 degrees of Aquarius, the Sabian symbol from where Mercury is today. During a silent hour, a man receives a new inspiration that may change his life. Now remember, Mercury really is sort of like the ruler of the day today because of the moon in Gemini. And again, aside from the faded energy that is being activated through the moon's conjunction to the north node, specifically also while we have Jupiter in square expanding this energy, and Mercury at this degree, ruler of where this is taking place, talking about during a silent hour, a man receives a new inspiration that may change his life. Now, a new inspiration that is emblematic of Mercury in a square to Neptune, in a square to Uranus. This is like a very inventive and ingenuitive and just sort of like an explosion of like brilliant ideas or flashes of awareness or awakening, or just like an instantaneous understanding of something. Now, the side effect of this is it could be very disheveling. It could cause a lot of conflict and tension or upheaval for one way or another, likely because of the radical nature of these ideas and of these things when they hit us, and the disruptive tendency of that. But generally, I mean, even by degree placement, this is, and also Uranus rules the future as well. And with Mercury in the square to Uranus, this is also like possibly like ideas, radically new insights hitting us about the future, messaging, information, all of that. I'll get to more of that in a minute. But with Mercury at this degree, specifically talking about a man receiving a new inspiration that could change his life, this fits right in as like the cherry on top of the energetics today in terms of the aspects, the North Node, the Moon, Mercury, Uranus, also happening in the sign of Aquarius, which is ruled by Saturn and Uranus primarily. And Mercury is making aspects to both of those planets. So there could definitely be some faded information about the future or ideas or something like that that really helps to like set us up to move forward in this new direction or gives us ideas about how to do it. Really super charged today. And another thing that I wanted to mention, especially in the context of Mercury being in a conjunction to Saturn, I talked about this a bit yesterday. We have Jupiter, like I said, also involved in the energetics today by square as well to the North Node and the Moon, expanding this energy that is helping to align us with our proper path forward in conjunction with the destiny and the potential that God and Spirit have set out for us. With Jupiter today moving to 4 degrees of Pisces, this Sabian symbol is heavy traffic on a narrow isthmus linking to seaside resorts. And with Mercury in a conjunction to Saturn and also a square to Uranus, we in Jupiter at this degree, we're definitely going to want to be careful in traffic. Over the next couple of days. Mercury in a conjunction to Mercury rules traffic, and Mercury in a conjunction to Saturn, this can slow down, constrict, obstruct the flow of traffic. And in the square to Uranus, Mercury, this can cause like sudden accidents and stuff like that. So we're definitely going to want to take care and slow down and make sure we're paying very good attention when on the road, especially though, like not so much like being on the highway, but more so like maneuvering traffic and like being in town and like lots of people in crowded areas and stuff like that. That is more so Mercury's domain, short trips going back and forth. So all of that in regards to this aspect that we have going on because of the moon coming for the last time to the conjunction to the north node while in the sign of Gemini. Also, therefore, obviously opposing the south node, which rules the past, which rules the things, especially in Sagittarius, that we need, the belief systems that we need to release and let go of and move on from so that we can evolve our mind and our thought processes and begin to become these collaborative creators with universe going forward down this brand new trajectory. We cannot do that if we are holding on and maintaining the beliefs and the dogmas of the past, okay? Even though they may have served us and they may have served a beautiful purpose, they're hindering our growth at this point in time, and that is really the only thing holding us back from taking off down this brand new path, down this brand new trajectory. And that's also represented, you guys, by the next thing that I wanted to talk about today, which is the fact that, yes, we still have all of this Eris point activity going on in effect, even though, like I said, it's no longer exact, it is still very much present. And this is also speaking to the South Node in this releasing process, because remember, Mars is currently in the sign of Sagittarius with the South Node talking about releasing belief systems of the past. And Mars is in the trine to the Eris point, which is talking about slicing away from, liberating ourselves, cutting the cords, breaking the chains on literally anything from the past that is hindering us or restricting us from being able to align with these new truths, these new comprehensions, these new perceptions and understandings of reality, these new greater, higher perspectives that we've attained through this process of North Node growth in Gemini. So even the placement of Mars in the trine to the Eris point still, even though Mars has moved, Mars is no longer at 21 degrees of Aries at 21 degrees of Sag in exact trine to the Eris point at 21 Aries. And if you guys missed my videos the past couple days, definitely go back and watch those. That Eris point activation that we had going on the past couple days, it was super significant. to the point that universe actually held that energy in place for 2 days in a row, and now we just have it waning out, and it's still going to be relevant through the rest of this week as we are in this. I've been referring to it as like the pullback in the slingshot, but we're also, like I said, tying up those loose ends and like cutting the cords on the things from the past that are still restricting our ability to align with that authentic truth in any type of a way. Again, represented through the South Node in Sag, and also Mars in Sagittarius in the trine to the Eris point, and also in the square to Neptune. This is spiritual warrior energy at its core that wants us to align with a higher spiritual truth and to really be like the warriors of God in terms of cutting away any type of false illusion that has been keeping us imprisoned from being able to align with that greater, higher spiritual truth that wants to propel us forward in alignment with our authentic creative potential, so that we can go through this collaborative process of creating the age of Aquarius. So, you know, that energy from the past couple days still maintaining today, but again, it is helping us to sever our ties from the past. Mars also rules knives and blades, and you know, that's just how I see it, is this cord cutting process going on right now from the things of the past that are still restricting us from being able to gain these new revelations. Remember the degree of the North Node right now, 1 degree of Gemini, where the moon will conjoin it today. A glass bottom boat reveals undersea wonders, everything that has been going on under the surface that we have been unaware of, but that really can, you know, bring wonder and amazement and an ability to create something really unexpected and beautiful in our lives. This is returning lost opportunities. This is the year of restoring opportunities that have been lost through the power of our imagination and the ability of our imagination to really be like the phone line to God and spirit. That is really how we communicate most clearly our wishes and desires with the divine, is through our imagination. And this year, one of the main primary themes has been through imagination, lost opportunities are regained. And we are right on the brink of that right now as we sever these ties with the past so that we can go in this whole new direction in alignment with this enlightenment that we have gained through this Mercury North, or through this North Node Gemini process, moon coming in today, really putting the period on the end of it. We also, you guys, today, another thing that I wanted to bring up, we also have the sun inching closer to Pluto. This Sunday, we are going to be having, like I said, our Sun-Pluto conjunction. Again, this is big time transformer rebirth energy coming through at the perfect time, right in alignment with all of this energy that is helping us to cut the ties from the past and really begin to move forward. Now we are moving into this weekend, and then right before the full moon as well, this release period, and then also right before North and the South Node change signs, and we begin a whole new lesson plan based on letting go of our pain and our trauma and our turmoil. The South Node in Scorpio, releasing that whole mess, and actually beginning to build with our mind and our thoughts based on this new found thought power that we've acquired with the North Node in Gemini, the reality that we want to live going forward in alignment with our authentic truth and what we really genuinely truly perceive to be valuable going forward. Start building the age of Aquarius when the North Node moves into Taurus, the sign of the builder. So, you know, we have a very powerful Sun-Pluto conjunction that we are building towards now, and I wanted to bring that up as well. Things are definitely intense this week with all this Eris point energy, and intensity is going to continue to pick up as the Sun moves into a conjunction with the most intense planet and the most powerful planet as well, ruling power in the zodiac. Also, we have Mercury closing in on the conjunction with Saturn, but that, and of course, forming the exact square to Uranus today, but Mercury is actually not going to reach a complete conjunction to Saturn because Mercury will retrograde before he gets there. So that one is actually going to be delayed. We're just getting a little taste of it now. You know, Mercury and Saturn, this is a very practical, beneficial, useful energy where we really, this Mercury retrograde process, and actually all of 2022, there is again this emphasis on this reformatting of our mind that's going on. It's like through this North Node Gemini process, we have learned and expanded our viewpoint and gained so much more information. And now we are heading into the mental reformat that is going to be going on. And that is going to be happening in order so that we can really start to ground our ideas into reality and really actually begin to understand how this process of manifestation truly works, which will be a fundamental part of the age of Aquarius. It's going to be like any other sense or any other ability that we use and that we have, how we use our minds to actually create the things, the physical, tangible things that we want in our lives in conjunction with God and universe, and this power of our imagination in, being supported by the work that we're actually putting in and our ability to restructure our mind in the way that supports what we want to form and create. And throughout, this Mercury retrograde process, for sure, happening in the conjunction to Saturn, which formats and structures and forms things, there's definitely, and then also starting in the air sign, ruling the thought and the mind, moving back into the earth signs, grounding ideas into practical reality. This is definitely going to be a fundamental part of what we have going on today. And with this Mercury retrograde process, and also in terms of our mental energy throughout 2022. So also, let me finish reading what I wrote. Mercury in the square to Uranus. Let's talk specifically about what we might see in regards to this just for a minute. Again, in the context of the North Node as well, this is in Jupiter. This is super faded news and information, messages, communications that really change everything and really wake us up to something could be going on right now. This is a really crazy energy. You could be getting some really wild news that blows your mind in some type of a way. Again, be careful with traffic. And yeah, something crazy could happen with news or social media or just bizarre or life-changing information or information that changes the direction or the course of things with this. This could also have to do with Saturn stuff, career, bosses, authority, governments, leadership, finances, also like partnerships and stuff like that too. But this could definitely be about career as well. There could be some big time career changes going on right now, or some inspiration about how to start a new career for yourself or something like that. And it could also have to do with things being revealed right now that change the course of things, even potentially history. Or our own personal history with the North Node degrees as well. The glass bottom boat reveals undersea wonders, and the South Node, retired Army veterans gather to reawaken old memories. There could be something that we find out right now that really changes our perception of either our own history or just the course of history in general, but really potential for some really wild news to be coming through, or to be learning some really crazy, profound, life-changing things for sure. You guys, difficulty focusing, concentrating, nervous energy, nervous tension, jittery, anxious energy, mental issues, nervous system issues, awakenings, epiphanies about things that upset our comfort zone or the status quo. Also, really prophetic dreams could be possible with this. Also, bizarre, strange, unexpected things could potentially be happening with siblings as well. Under this energetic, Mercury also rules siblings. But at the end of the day with this, you guys, we are breaking away from and releasing the past based on radically new ideas, Mercury and Uranus, and understandings and a restructuring of our mind, Mercury stationing retrograde next to Saturn, and also our heart, Venus retrograde in Capricorn, ruled by Saturn right now, that expands our potential and the opportunities available to us and transforms the trajectory of our lives. We are stepping onto a new timeline based on a total new energetic vibrational transformation. And of course, this is happening as the sun moves into the conjunction with Pluto, and this is all about that deep, profound transformation as well. So that's what we got for the astrology. That's what's going on energetically, astrologically today, you guys. Definitely very faded energy, very big energy. It could be some crazy information that really throws things up in the air, creates some type of disruption or upheaval, but definitely for the purpose of freeing us from one thing or another and moving us forward in the trajectory that we need to go in. Things that are happening now, we should not resist them because the hand of God is definitely working. Let's talk about the tarot real quick, you guys. Shuffling the deck this morning, asking Spirit, God, to send me some messages to clarify what is going on with the collective right now. Got a pretty clear message coming out of the deck. We got the King of Swords showing up today, you guys. And not only that, we also got the Wish card. And then we got the Nine of Swords in reverse. And then on the back of the deck, we had the Six of Cups. So what this is telling me right now, you guys, King of Swords, Nine of Cups, Nine of Swords in reverse. This is basically saying that we need to keep a laser focus on what we wish to attain. And we need to what we need to not be doing is allowing things from the past but that are that just aren't any longer, like things and memories and issues of the past. We cannot be allowing them to keep us up at night anymore, or to stress us out, or to cause us worry, or to cause us anxiety. The power of our mind and the power of our thoughts, the King of Swords, the power of our mind, the power of our thoughts, and standing in that with clarity and focus is what manifests our wishes and desires moving into this new energy. And this is what we need to learn. This is what we need to have going on. And this only happens, though, in the absence. Nine of Swords in reverse. In the absence of fears, worries, regrets, anxieties of what? Of the past. And this is also could have to do with mental conditioning. So basically the message is right now, and where we're at and what we need to be learning in the midst of all of this mental energy that's coming in right now as well, and the activations, the faded energy, the thought restructuring that we have going on right now. It is through standing in the power of our clear thoughts and intentions and cutting away from anything that is standing in the way of that. That is how we manifest our wishes and our dreams and our desires going forward. But what we absolutely cannot do is allow the fears, the worries, the stress, the regrets of the past to interfere with our process. So that's basically, and this could also be past mental conditioning, cutting away from past mental conditioning and using our thoughts upright, coherent, and with intention. That is what we are coming into, and that is how we get what we truly desire and deserve and seek in terms of fulfillment in this life. So that's the message from the tarot. So I have just another minute. Let me grab a synchronicity card for us really quick. This is a message from God that is coming through. Oh, there we go. And that God wants us to know to help us with the energetics today. And the message is trust. In all this faded energy, the message is trust. Trust also in Him. Psalm 37:5. Trust in God to lead you to the person you need to fulfill your needs. Make certain you are the type of person that person would wish to associate with. Make certain you have definite your needs and desires before you make your request. Remember, all things are possible through God. So whatever is going on today, whatever the process is that you're going through, trust and follow that advice and guidance. And that is what the advice from God is today. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think they'd be interested. Leave me comments. You guys, I absolutely love your comments. I love your feedback. Love hearing what you have to say. I have a Facebook page and a Facebook group if you guys are interested in that. And come back with me tomorrow, you guys. We got another big day of astrology to talk about, and we are inching towards the takeoff next week. Have a beautiful day. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.